There's only 12 countries in South America. You get a chance to enjoy them all. And nobody told you that. So don't burn all your energy trying to emulate your North American life or complain about what's not here. Oh, they drive crazy in Colombia. Compared to North America, they probably do. But people say that about Europe too. They say that about India. They say that about Southeast Asia. But you have to acclimate. You have to, if you're going to get a driver's license or if you're going to be riding traffic, you just have to acclimate to what's in your new country. Most of the world is not like the West. I think we need to come to that conclusion. Most of the world does not walk like, talk like, behave like, or think like we do in the West. I mentioned this a couple weeks ago. I've spent the last 5 years unlearning more stuff than I have learned. I have unlearned more BS that I was taught in North America about other countries than I have had the chance to learn new stuff in other countries. Yes, I've learned a lot in these countries. And some of you guys can attest to this. Like every time you turn around, you discover something that the United States lied to you about Brazil. They lied to you about the women. They lied to you about the cities. They lied to you about the food. They lied to you about like it was unsafe. They lied to, what is it that the United States does not lie to you about other countries? Can you tell me that one? Because that's an unsolved mystery I need Scooby-Doo for. They will never tell you that Colombia ranks number 17 as far as healthcare, and the United States ranks number 37 and has been at 37 for years. And one of the guys I did a consultation with, he actually works for like the international, the World Health Organization. This brother actually works for the World Health Organization. And he told me, United States has been 37, the number 37th in the year for years. Of 191 countries, United States is 37. They will rather have you and your family die paying those medical bills than to tell you all you had to do is let your mama get a passport, and she could have had that breast cancer surgery that could have helped her a lot sooner and a lot better, and it would have been a lot cheaper on the family, and her medication would have been better, and the food that she would have eaten to recuperate would have been better than what she had gotten back home in the States. They will never tell you that. And that's what I mean. I've had to spend more time unlearning stuff in the United States than stuff I've had to learn in these other new countries. I'm trying to learn new stuff, but every time I go to another country, I'm like, man, they didn't tell me this in the States. Okay. They didn't even tell y'all that only 6% of black people landed in the United States. I got something for y'all I want y'all to see. Y'all think I'm playing. Here we go. I always want you guys to see this. Y'all always wonder where did Andre get that 6 to 9%? I actually looked it up. But also, listen, somebody did a video, a historian, and thank you, brother, for the super chat. I'm gonna hit that in a second. There's a historian that actually did a YouTube video on what ships went where. I want you guys to watch this video with me, this YouTube video. It's only about 2 minutes long, but you get a chance to see what ships landed where. And some of you guys have already seen this video before. But we're going to go over this video. I don't want you guys to see this. So when I say this, you guys don't have to feel like, well, why does Andre always say that? So I want you guys to see this video. And it has no sound, really. Look at the dates that are going by. As you see the dates going by, you're going to start seeing the ships. 15, 97, 98, 90. Now you're starting to see the ships, as you can see. I'm going to make this a little bigger so you guys can really see the ships. You see those dots going by? Where are most of those dots going? Those ships are going mainly to Colombia. Now they're starting to go to Brazil. Have you seen any ships go to U.S. yet? Now they're going to the Caribbean. Oh, we got 1 or 2 that just went to the U.S. There's 3, 4. Okay, here we go. Look at them flooding into the Caribbean. Now look at them still flooding into Colombia. Flood into the Caribbean. Look at that. Flooding into the Caribbean. And a couple have gone into North America. Flooding into Brazil. Look at it going to Brazil. Look at it going to Colombia and Venezuela and the Caribbeans. Look at a few. Okay, you got a few going to the States. Then it stopped going to the States. Okay, you got 1 or 2 going to the States. Oh, States are starting to pick up a little bit. But look at Brazil. Look at the Caribbean. Look at Colombia. Look at Venezuela. Okay, you got a few going to Colombia, to the States now. It's really pouring, but it's nothing like Brazil. It's nothing like Colombia. It's nothing like the Caribbeans. Look at the Caribbean ships. Oh, we got a few going to the United States. There we go. 1769, 1770. It's still flying boats, flying to the Caribbean. Boats are flying to Brazil. Slowing down in Colombia. Up, it's slowed down in the United States. A couple more in the States. It's flying to the Caribbean and Brazil. It's flying to Venezuela. Caribbeans is, oh, there we go. Brazil, 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 Brazil. Okay, we saw 1 or 2 go to the States again. Okay, here we go. Brazil is just killing it now. The Caribbeans, 1837. 1 or 2 going to the States. There we go. There we go. So when you guys hear me say that we've been lied to, and I'm going to work my way down and come back up. So when you guys hear me say, hey, guys, only 9% of the ships went to the United States. I'm not just saying stuff to say it. I'm saying it because now we get a chance to realize that there is so much truth left for us to learn about our own people. 94%. You saw all those boats going to Colombia, all those boats going to Venezuela, all those boats going to Caribbeans, all those boats going to Brazil. And then you saw trickles going to the United States. And yet you didn't even know, my point in saying that, you didn't even know it was black people like that in South America. And you didn't even know it was more black people in Brazil than it is in the United States. United States is at 13.5 million black people. Brazil is at 14.5 million black people. And you didn't even know it. I didn't even know it. I didn't know it was black people down here in Colombia like that.
Here are the top 5 Latin countries that have the highest black populations. This list will surprise you. Let's get it, let's go. Number 5 on the list, it doesn't surprise you. Cuba, which is known for having a lot of Afro-Latinos. They have 1.1 million Afro-Latinos in Cuba. Or, yes, I know it's shocking, Mexico actually has the 4th highest population of black Latin Americans, which has 1.3 million Afro-Latinos in Mexico. 3, Colombia. This should be no surprise. And I'm glad the Disney movie included some Afro-Latinos who represent Colombia. Colombia has 4.6 million Afro-Latinos. 2, Haiti. Yes, I know you're shocked, but Haiti does count as a Latin country, all right? This has 8.5 million Afro-Latinos. Number 1, surprise! Brazil with 14.5 million Afro-Latinos.
I don't know why people don't know this. This is another lie that's been told to us. Do realize those people that are of Latin or of Spaniard descent have 3 languages. I'm going to repeat this. Even you Latin brothers and sisters can dispute this. There are 3 languages under the umbrella of being Latin. First, Spanish. 2, Portuguese. Tres, a broken form of French, which is somewhat like a Creole or the broken form that the Haitians speak. 3 forms of languages you're considered under the auspices of being Latin. But they don't tell us that. Absolutely correct. Thank you very much. And there's even more languages. Thank you very much. Even more. French, Spanish, Italian, Portuguese, Romanian. And you are still considered under the umbrella of being Latin. You will never hear that while in the United States. If we didn't have this platform of all of us that have traveled or live in other countries, we wouldn't know this. Andre, what's your point in saying all this that you said over the last 34 minutes? My point is there is a lot to learn and enjoy about your other or your new country or your new home. Don't spend your time or waste your energy trying to make South America into North America, trying to make Thailand into North America, trying to make Panama or Cuba or wherever you're going into North America. You left North America or plan to leave North America for a reason. Whatever your reason is, so be it. We all have different reasons. But at the end of the day, don't cut that freaking umbilical cord. Cut it. Just use the United States for 2 things: your passport and your profits. In other words, your money, pay your taxes, make sure your family back home is fine, your profits, those things that profit your life, and your passport. Other than that, whatever the hell is going on in the United States, that ain't none of your damn business. It ain't none of my business. Let's look at these countries. What's going on in France? That ain't none of my damn business, even if I got French relatives there. Let's look at Spain. That ain't none of my business what's going on in Spain. I can't do nothing about it. I don't live there. I ain't across the street. I ain't got no picket signs. I ain't in the country next door. I have nothing to do with what's going on in Spain. I can pray for my Spanish brothers in Spain. I have nothing to do with that. What about Italy? What can I do for the Italians over there? Nothing. What about in Portugal with the Portuguese? Romania? Nothing. What's my point in saying all this? My point in saying all this is, so it is with North America. Brothers and sisters, you got to come to the conclusion. If you're going to live outside the United States, it's a sad conclusion. You're going to miss the United States, yes, but there is nothing that you can do, and you cannot imitate the United States in another country. Many have tried to do it, and name how many cities that are all Americanized cities in other countries. Oh, you'll find an American bar or a couple of American restaurants, but you'll never find an American town where it's just all Americans there. Even in Mexico, they said they got a town where it's majority Americans there, but they all basically are learning Spanish to be able to acclimate to the rest of Mexico. So be ready, guys. I'm telling you, the psychological part, I know it sounds like to a certain extent, I'm just going around in circles, but it's just very important. Will says, shout out to Will and all the rest of you guys that's coming to the live stream. We have 89 people. We head up to 91, 95. Make sure you guys click that like button. Will says, I already know when you speak truth and power, you know they will be looking at you soon. And you know what I mean. Are you open-minded and eyes on this? Sheesh. I didn't get that last part, Will, but shout out to you for the super chat, brother. Let me hit these comments. Dr. Henry Louis Gates Jr. Okay, you guys in the middle of a conversation. Shout out to Will. Shout out to you, brother. Tariq Nasheed. 5 actually language. Thank you very much again. We talked about the languages. He said, should have seen my face when I got to Brazil. I knew it was Afro-Brazil. He said, I knew it was Afro-Brazilians, but I didn't know it was that deep like that. And I loved it. I love the fact that we come to new countries and we discover our own people. Shout out to our white brothers and sisters, but it's good to go to other countries and discover. It's sad to use that word, but to discover that our people are everywhere, and not just in the motherland, which is great, but to see our people everywhere is great, man. It really is a wonderful feeling, and you know that there's so much you can learn. I mean, I'm taking guys to restaurants, and we're tasting flavors and seasonings of black food you never taste in the United States. You think you know black recipes in the United States. You don't know nothing. You come to South America where it's 94% of your people making recipes. Come on down here. You gonna taste some black food that you ain't never tasted before. Seasoning and flavors, and you're gonna be like, what is the tenderness that you ain't never tasted before? You be going back to the States like, so I gotta go back to this garbage, huh? I gotta put this on a barbecue grill and burn it, because that's the only way it's just going, and put all type of corn syrup and brown sugar covering on it and call it barbecue sauce, huh? For this to taste good. You come down here to Colombia, you don't need no damn barbecue sauce for nothing. Seasonings and flavors. Come down here to Brazil, taste some of these foods that these brothers and sisters are making down here in Brazil. Sisters and brothers in Costa Rica and in Cuba, the cooking. Please, the last thing I want to bring down here is a soul food meal. I want to bring that nasty ass macaroni and cheese down here. Cholesterol filling. I want to taste the macaroni and cheese that some of these Afro-Colombian women can make. See if they can make it like that. I don't want nothing to be busting my heart no more. I'm tired of that busting your heart food. Black food in the United States ain't nothing, but I want to bust you. Like I call it slave survival food anyway. Slaves had to eat it to survive. We made it into almost like a family gathering meals, but the slaves ate that to survive. Massa got the good part of the pig. We ended up getting the survival food. So my point in saying all this is, I'm telling you, when you come to other countries, you think you appreciate being black in the United States. You celebrate your blackness and black power, and you still wearing your Carl Kanai and your cross color. See what I'm saying? I'm with you. You got your Afro fist, a medallion and all that. Man, please, they ain't wearing none of that down here. And you could tell that they hold on to the African heritage for dear life down here. Let's put it like this. If you don't ever make it to Africa, come to South America. You damn near in Africa. They hold on to their African heritage for dear life. The religion, the churches, the beliefs, how they carry themselves, how the women take care of them. When I hear women in the United States crying and we wear weaves to take care of our hair, and I'm seeing these Afro-Colombian women down here with the same hair texture, and theirs feel like it's got herbs and juices and berries in it. I'm looking at Afro-Colombian women with their hair going down their back. And I'm looking at women in the States with a bonnet and still complaining. So you saying God made your hair not to ever see the sun? Because women in the United States, if you wear weave or wig, that means that your hair is not seeing sun.